America.
Hell yeah. Obama 2024.
Mike Obama. Sorry.
Wow. Wow. That's just another level, I think.
That would actually be way cool.
Great for me.
I can see Josh, which is like the main thing I don't want to see.
Oh my god, dude, I just sniffed it and my eyes started watering.
Mm.
You don't smell bad, but
you
It's
do
just some
smell.
man musk.
like acidic. Like
You're corrosive somehow.
it burned.
All right, who
I
wants
think
to?
my mustache burns.
It's like carbon monoxide.
Who wants to describe the movie?
We're gonna. Garrett seems like an innocent, unbiased Zoomer, so let's lead with him. Hello, good evening. Welcome back to Midnight Media. Tonight on This Movie
Medias?
Sucks.
Midnight Media show. This movie sucks.
Yeah, except you don't have to say
Jack,
show.
Josh,
Jack
Jayson,
Johnson and
Jack
And
Johnson and John
sometimes
Jackson.
me.
Tonight we're reviewing the culturally divisive, Barbie.
Where I see love, she sees a friend. What will it take for her to see the man behind the tent and fight for me? I'm just Jay and I'm enough, and I'm great at doing stuff.
I don't think it was all that divisive unless you're an incel.
It's not divisive unless you're Jack, Josh, and Jason.
I'm not divided.
The group chat got spicy. No, not really, but
I mean, I think if there's differing opinions among the four of us, then it's pretty divisive. I would say that's kind of.
I mean, three of us are on the same side of the spectrum. It's just kind of I mean,
Three of us watched the film and have, honest critiques and shit. You...
watched the film and have an honest critique.
No, because you went in expecting to hate it.
this will be
And
it
so
tonight,
you
ladies
did.
and gentlemen. This will be it.
All right, Jack, you want to give us a lay down of rowing?
What?
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
The film follows Margot Robbie's stereotypical Barbie.
Yeah, so it's essentially there's an alternate world connected to ours of Barbie Land.
not to be confused with the Upside Down, where the Demogorgon hails from.
Close, but no.
Easy.
I mean,
Full of gaping holes.
Basically, the world is
Why am I here? Just to suffer.
What would you call it? It's little girls and women's imaginations of what they did with their Barbies and played with them.
Sort of.
Are we off in the weeds already?
no, we're good. It's little girls who control the Barbies in the Barbie land, but they don't really control them. They just
No,
kind of
it's like
have a connection to them.
The land that Barbie is from is the idea of Barbie.
It's
Right.
the thinnest
Yes.
possible attempt at a story to sell propaganda. That's what it is.
It's sell
don't think
products,
so. It's-
not
They
propaganda.
started the movie with people smashing babies. That's awesome.
Yes. That is true.
I was
All right. Well,
gooning.
that I will land on Josh's side on that one. That was some antenatal propaganda for sure.
Yeah.
But then throughout the rest of the movie, they do revisit. They always force themselves to say being a mom is okay.
Stop having babies.
When?
It's the government's lie.
Every
to
time
get
they
you to
bring it
feed
up, they
babies.
go, "If you want to be a mom, that's fine."
I don't remember them ever saying that.
They said it like 3 times.
They definitely do. I don't believe you.
There's no downside.
As a hardcore
being
natalist, I was making sure they did not tell little girls that having a child was bad. But they kind of hinted at it.
I don't
They
think
just
they
had them
did.
smashing babies.
I one time told my girlfriend that she looked like a MILF because I thought it was a compliment and she did not. She didn't appreciate it.
All right.
We are so far off the rails already.
Okay, anyways, yeah, Barbie Land is where all the Barbie characters live, Margot Robbie plays stereotypical Barbie, which is just like OG Barbie, the original one. The
Ryan
regular.
Gosling plays OG Ken.
Yes.
Just Ken.
Blonde
He plays
Ken.
Beach Ken.
He's
Thank you very
Kenough.
much.
OG Ken was Beach Ken.
Was it?
Yeah.
Then why is OG Barbie stereotypical Barbie and OG Ken is Beach
Somebody's
Ken?
parents didn't
She-
love him enough to
Buy him
toys.
Barbies.
Because
Your parents bought you Barbie?
No.
at the time, the hottest version of a dude was just a beach guy.
Yeah, and the original Barbie was also Beach Barbie. She had a swimsuit.
She came with one. Yeah. She didn't have a job.
Okay.
But Ken's job was beach.
Okay.
And
Beaching them off.
I'll beat you both
world
off.
is connected to ours by way of weird, whimsical kind of Narnia closet type thing. You just kind of do a weird set of things and you're at the other realm.
Yeah, that was.
This is the only vehicle that wasn't GM is the Volkswagen bus that's shown during that part.
Oh, right.
Everything else was a GM product.
Because they never made a bus. Shame on you, GM. Anyways, things start going wrong in Barbie Land.
When Margot Robbie's stereotypical Barbie has thoughts of death.
And cellulite.
Yes.
Oh.
And her feet go flat.
See,
She'd never wear heels if her feet were shaped like ours.
I mean,
Which we find out is because a grown woman was playing with Barbies and crying.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
that woman was America Ferrera, and she's a goddamn queen.
She's a grown woman. She's like 39.
We've got a Ferrera stand
For 49.
tonight.
39?
I just want to throw out 2 points before we lose track of everything and I forget. First
Have
of
we
all,
not already?
I think one of the, and this might surprise you guys, but one of the worst parts about this movie, in my opinion, was everything that had to do with the Mattel Corporation.
Yes. No,
I
I
thought
agree.
that was so stupid. And I love Will Ferrell, but every time he was on screen, I was like, go away. What are you doing in this movie?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
could
it
have
felt
done
like they
away
could have
with
used a
that
rewrite there.
whole arc.
I actually don't like him anymore.
I'm not a huge Will Ferrell fan myself.
Yeah, he's kind of the same thing.
He did a good job as President Bush.
When was he? What was it?
What's that movie called? The
You're welcome,
campaign?
America.
Oh.
Right? Is that what it's called?
What's the one where he's running in a campaign against the
Oh, against the Republican guy and
dude from Hangover?
yeah,
Zach
yeah.
Galifianakis.
I know what
idea.
you're talking about too.
The campaign, I think it's called.
Wasn't he also a dog in a movie with Kevin Hart?
Yep. Yep.
Maybe, possibly. That's called Get Hard. He's just a white guy.
Yeah, 2009. You're welcome, America.
So the other point I was gonna make about this movie, and probably the only thing I actually liked, was the major endeavor to use practical effects, which I appreciated a lot because they did their very best to use as little CGI as possible, which I thought gave the movie a really unique feel. I thought it was beautifully done in the sense that it brings you to the world of Barbie in the sense that Barbie is made out of like plastic and toys and they're all, you know, practical things that you play with. So doing the effects practically felt like a very smart decision to me. If you'd done that CGI, your brain would have second guessed it.
It would have melted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% believe that Barbie Land is real because they use practical effects.
I concur.
Or is it because you watched Oppenheimer right after?
Oh yeah. So I got Barbenheimer tickets, so I watched Barbie and Oppenheimer back to back. It was an emotional roller coaster. I was up here at the end of Barbie and Oppenheimer just. Ugh.
I was up there like 25 minutes before the end of Barbie. It needed to end then.
All right.
You mean when the Kens took over?
No, that was cool. So, I think we can all agree Ryan Gosling,
Flawless.
the best
It wouldn't
part
have
of
been
the
a
film.
movie without him.
He was the best part.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, without conflict, you're right. There would not have been a story.
Yes, but I mean,
The entire movie.
I mean, you could
was,
take Barbie out and he would still be a good movie.
the entire.
Then he wouldn't have a protagonist to be antagonist against.
He'd be
I believe he was the
protagonist
deuteragonist.
and antagonist, the dual agonist.
The Ken agonist.
Just agonist.
All right, Josh, we got to break it down because basically,
break it down.
on that end of the table, there's some hate, There's not like exclusive love and Jesus Christ, guys, your thighs on the table. I thought it was an entertaining watch. I'm not gonna purchase it on Blu-ray or anything like that, but
You shouldn't do that anyway.
I wouldn't
didn't come
ever
out of
purchase
the
anything
film
on Blu-ray.
enraged. You guys don't have favorite films that you purchase physical media of?
I do.
Yeah, I bought the thing on Blu-ray.
Yeah, exactly.
The Thing, the film.
The thing. The film.
Obviously,
Barbie on standard definition DVD.
there's points in this film that are cringe AF. But I think overall, my concern going in was the same as Josh's, that this would be just heaps upon heaps of cringy anti-men things. It gets a lot of
I didn't.
oomph behind it in that direction from the way it was marketed. The Kens are dumb, evil idiots who try to take over, and the women need to bat them back down into their role of subservience. That is not the way the film plays out from the way I thought
No,
it did.
not at all.
I remember coming out of that movie and just being like, yep, patriarchy's funny. That was hilarious.
It's something to do with horses.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I was just like, this only makes me more patriarchal just because it's really funny now.
Well, I think it's important to note that the whole film was a joke.
Yeah, the whole thing
Like
was...
that, they spent the first 20 minutes bragging on feminism.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of both sides.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
it just happened that
Where did you see ragging on feminism?
cellulose. Oh my god.
Cellulite?
Cellulose.
What's cellulose?
They also
Wait, that's what
like
makes up
plant
a
fiber.
Oops.
Just
Women are plants.
the whole thing about how everything's good because women are in charge and blah blah blah. And
You thought that was
That makes sense to me.
sarcasm? I thought that was
I
very
think
literal.
I think everything was tongue in cheek.
Confirmation bias is ruining everything you think about that movie.
Yes.
No, I don't.
Oh my god, that
agree
was
with you at
Zoomer
all.
wisdom coming out of fucking nowhere, man.
The same guy that just said patriarchy's fucking hilarious. Confirmation.
I mean, it
bias.
is if it's in a comedy.
You can't say that the scene where Barbie sees the other Barbie construction workers and they all just kind of rise up and go, yeah,
Okay,
wasn't a shot at the fact that that's
Let me
absurd.
throw this out at you. Within 5 seconds of her entering the real world, she gets harassed by men. It was really
that's
funny.
super-
5 seconds. She gets slapped on the ass.
That's the
That part of the movie.
That's very normal.
Come again,
Normal-
sir.
Jason's like, I
sexual
slap
assault.
stranger women on the butt
No,
all the time.
I think no. She gets catcalled and shit, and that happens. You maybe
Have
don't
you ever
experience
seen
that.
a dude walk up to a woman in public and slap her on the ass? Because I haven't.
You don't go outside.
I will stand in the middle here only in college.
See, Twitter tells you these things happen, but I've never seen it.
X, sir.
I'm sorry, X.
No, that scene's
No,
obviously
that's
a little
Twitter.
ridiculous. You work on a job site. Do you guys sit there catcalling the women that walk by all day?
I don't. No one. No, but I really think a lot of people would if it were not for the fact that they'd get thrown off
I
the
don't
job.
think that part of the
And
film.
the things people say in private, like that's all that's happened is it's moved into like a more private situation. They don't yell those things at women anymore. They go back into a little corner and like, oh man, that lady, oh. Like I can't say the things that people say because it's disgusting.
I mean,
All right, and-
women do the
hey,
same thing though. Like
sometimes
you can't take what people say
Sometimes
in
I see a
private.
pretty lady and I have a goblin moment in the corner too. I just do it by myself, you know?
Yeah.
Like a respectable.
Yeah.
Also, what was your
citizen.
guys' opinion on the old lady bus scene? You're beautiful.
I know it.
I know.
So that was the actual inventor of Barbie. She wanted to be in the movie. That woman
Isn't she
is her.
dead?
This is what my fiance was telling me throughout. She looked it up. I'm pretty sure.
She's a woman, so she's an expert on the subject.
the actress who played the founder of Barbie is not actually the founder of Barbie. That's an actress. However, The woman in the bus stop in that one single scene, I believe, was the actual inventor of Barbie, correct?
Yes, she would have been about 108.
So she looked about 108.
Hey, settle down.
Ruth
You don't
Handler
look a
died
day
in
over
2002.
98.
Oh, then who was that lady and what was that scene about?
I have no idea.
If that wasn't the only reason that got a pass in my mind, because I thought they were shoehorning in the inventor.
No.
She's been dead for 20 years.
Did you know that all the producers?
What the fuck did that mean?
All the producers were like, "Why is this scene in the movie?" And Greta Gerwig was like, "If we take that scene out, then why am I making this movie?" That's literally her quote for why that scene's in the movie.
That doesn't explain what it's supposed to mean.
No movie.
She doesn't even know what it's supposed to mean. It's just feminism.
No movie should hinge on one scene.
Well, I'm not a big Greta fan. But I don't hate this film.
I just real quick, harkening back to what Josh was saying about the sexual assault. I think that's not in there as propaganda. I think it's just a tool to really showcase the disparity between Barbie and the real world, where it's like extreme
But
matriarchy
that's not the real
and
world,
extreme
is what I'm saying.
patriarchy. No, but
so is.
it's also a movie. Barbie's not real, Josh. Newsflash, buddy. Barbie Land doesn't exist.
Wait, but you're
they're
saying it's a
showing
contrast.
It's right. It's showing the two extremes.
So in the movie, that's the real world, you're saying?
No.
I'm saying that the reason they show that 5 seconds into it is to show the
Start throwing hands.
disparity between the real
Oh,
world
I-
and Barbie.
I disagree with you because
matriarchy to extreme
Yeah, I know,
patriarchy.
but then you said that that's
don't
not
think
the real
that's
world. That's the
representative
real
of the
world
real
in the
world.
movie.
You don't think that happened?
Because I said that
I'm
doesn't
sure
happen
Obviously,
in the
they
world.
took
It
Isolated
does,
and
but
rare.
Have you ever
I don't know that it's
seen
all that rare.
someone slap a girl on the ass in public?
Yes!
Have you ever seen that?
Where?
Where?
No, you fucking
Where have
haven't.
you seen that?
high school.
Our president was
That
receiving a
sort of shit-
blowjob under the desk of the Oval Office at one
That
point.
was
in
under a
time.
desk.
When I was born.
Consensual.
Like,
It can
And
be
it was
consensual.
it was
with-
not consensual.
No.
He was.
She's
Yes.
older than you are now.
He
Can you
was the-
consent to giving head, Garrett?
He was the
Why are
president.
you taking away her agency?
If the president
Why are
right
you
now
stripping
called
that
Garrett
woman of her
into a
agency?
room-
Why is she not intelligent
If
enough
the
to make her own
president
decisions?
right now called
I
Garrett
didn't
into the
make
room
her
and
a
said he needed a
woman.
blowjob. Garrett would do it because
Joe Biden cannot get an erection, therefore cannot receive head from Garrett, okay?
I don't know.
But for the
Let me-
sake of
let me
argument.
cook, let me cook.
I mean, if Joe Biden asked, all right, and I was there,
he's the president.
he's the president.
It's just like JFK used to say, your president needs you. And then he'd pull ladies away.
No, I will side with Josh on that. That is an exaggerated interpretation of the real world, but as Garrett said, they're making the point of that it is supposed to be contrasting with Barbie world in an extreme way.
It's the idea of like showing extreme emotion in theater because you're on a stage and you need to translate it to an audience that is not necessarily going to sit there and look into the subtleties. Like if they just had the dudes in the background of their eyes following her ass, like half the population would not pick up on that because they're
All right.
only looking
I'll
at
agree with
Margot
you.
Robbie's ass.
On
Also-
that, half the population is stupid. If that was your point, then yes, I agree with you.
let me also counter argue. Probably half the movie theater was just looking at Margot Robbie's ass. I know I was. So if they didn't have an actual hand hit it, then I wouldn't have noticed.
Because you would have been thinking about it.
I would have been looking at her.
All the construction workers do immediately say a bunch of lewd stuff to her, and that I have seen often.
Yeah, that's more realistic.
So
I feel like less so now.
What is that? This is gonna be a two-parter, guys. We have not said anything.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
all right,
Let's move on. Let's move on to the. I'm just thinking about Margot Robbie's butt now. Thanks, Keene.
Listen,
I mean, that's
man.
kind of the point of the movie.
No.
No.
I am a man and I like women. What can I say?
I'm just kidding.
Let's just focus on Ken for a second.
Dude.
The clear star of the film.
Okay, I
Yeah.
was as attracted to Ken as I was to Barbie.
I was more attracted to Ken than I was to Barbie.
Yeah.
A lot of
yeah.
truths coming out tonight.
Hard to argue that.
You just hold on for 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Sublime!
Ryan Gosling's an awesome
If
actor.
you're not
were about to say
bisexual
God,
in this day and age,
No,
what are
I
you doing?
wasn't.
Ryan Gosling's a awesome actor.
Ryan Gosling has nice abs. I mean, a lot of talent.
A lot of people are upset that I'm Just Ken, the song, is winning awards and being
It's so good.
Wait, who's upset?
taken over. People who think that the film should be more dedicated to women. And
The
that a
film
Barbie
is
song-
dedicated to capitalism. Let's get that out of the way. Right up front here, halfway through the first part.
I think that the film is trying to make the point that no gender is better than the other.
Wait, can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Like it's making fun of extreme feminism and extreme masculinity.
And then just with a huge dose of capitalism in there.
All
Right,
right.
it's-
Speaking of capitalism, I just want to know, what was the Mattel Corporation's goal?
make money. Money.
No, no, no,
Get us to do this
Cream-
goddamn episode about Barbie.
No,
That's
to
what it
get her
was.
back in the box. Why? Why did they want to do
Well,
that?
if they put her in the box, they could.
Send her back to Barbie Land and
Just-
not be
Or maybe they were
Discard
gonna
her.
kill her.
Kill her, shut her down, whatever they were gonna do.
put
So
her
she-
under the desk of the Oval
Maybe they're gonna
Office.
factory reset.
Yeah, without her, there would. She was the one passing between worlds, so they could close the gate.
Speaking of capitalism, I'm sure we'll touch more on this later. But
I love touching
I
Jason
felt
Moore.
like it was one of
Did
those
you know-
weird story moments that was like there to fill a gap in the script that really didn't serve any purpose. You know what I mean?
everything with the Mattel Corporation probably should have been written out of the script.
It was
Yeah.
definitely supposed to be an analogy for a woman out of her place being put back in her place.
Well, that's
That's
what I
what
mean.
they were trying to do.
Sanitarium.
Other than an analogy, like what point did it serve? I don't know. The whole Mattel thing just felt so stupid. to
Other
me.
than trying to communicate someone's views, what was the point of it there?
well, you
It
know,
was to
in
remove
movies,
her because
you're
she had
supposed to
started a problem.
Have an analogy also be a part of the story. If you just have an
It
analogy,
was part of the story.
Yeah.
but terribly is my point.
No, they were just going to remove her from the picture so that the gate between the worlds would close back up, or that the people would stop. Barbies would not come anymore.
What if we all just tickled each other?
6 hours later.
So, hey, but what did you think of? Did it take you completely out of it? Not that you were super into it anyway.
Pull out game.
When they started playing Chevy commercials.
When was that?
What? So
The entire
America-
everything with America Ferrera on it.
yeah, her blue Chevy Blazer SS EV that was filmed like completely differently to the point that I thought that it was CG like entirely. I didn't think there was ever a Chevy Blazer there. That's the 2024. You should pick one up. Real nice. You know how quiet it was and it handled like a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that chase scene really ripped.
I forgot.
Oh
What's
yeah,
the
I forgot
face
that America Ferrera can apparently drive like a freaking NASCAR driver. That was interesting.
Well, it's explained. She knew this one guy once. Definitely her daughter's father.
yeah, that'll do it. All right, you guys want to do
And that
ratings?
guy was
One
Jeff
thing
Gordon.
I do hate and liked about this movie. I'm speaking of being a complete fucking bitch. Everyone for no reason but other than to like feel intellectually superior to people. That trope has been so fucking beaten to death in film. It's so annoying to even see now.
Yeah, this is a very tropey film.
And then,
I don't
but
think
she
it was
does
supposed
get
to be
it.
like a piece of art.
No, it wasn't.
It was supposed to
No.
be a funny commercial.
Yeah.
And I thought
Which
it pulled that off.
I would agree. I didn't take it as a serious message. I think Josh did.
Probably the only time in the movie I felt bad for Barbie was when she gets torn down by this like bitchy little high
Why
school
would
girl.
you not like stereotypical Barbie? She's just really nice. She
I
just
said it was the
doesn't
only time I
love
felt
Ken
bad
back,
for her.
okay? She just doesn't have the feelings there. She tries to be honest.
She likes Asian Ken.
No, she doesn't like any of them, apparently. She just wants to be stereotypical Barbie.
Barbie's just Barbie.
Barbie's
She's
ace.
just trying to do her own thing.
Ratings?
No, because we're gonna have to come back and record another half.
Yeah.
But we haven't said anything. I think it's
We're
good.
already at 35 minutes. 10 minutes.
22.
2:10.
We're good. So I can go on
29?
about fascism under the Kens
29 minutes.
and why
He held up
need
a
to
2 and then he
move-
held up 9.
I thought that was 5.
I thought
He has 2 hands.
All right. Do you guys want to do a two-parter, or do you want to?
I want to do a 2-parter. It's required.
Jack.
Can we do a 2-parter?
We can do a goddamn 2-parter as long as I get this next part out.
We need
Okay.
to squeeze in as much content as humanly possible.
I'll get the lube.
The Kens deserved their time in the light.
Thank you. Okay.
What?
But
that was
they
one of the
abused it so quickly that they also deserved to have it taken away.
What was really funny?
Mojo
about this
Dojo
movie-
Casa House.
Rescind my thank you.
The Barbies didn't make the Kens dote and serve them the way the Kens manipulated the Barbies into doting on them and serving them.
Well,
But
okay,
they
okay.
did brainwash the Barbies into thinking that that was what was best.
Well, okay. Counter argument.
The Supreme Court
You're
was
reinforcing my
cheerleaders.
point. You know, I was saying the Barbies
Oh,
didn't treat
okay,
the Kens
yes.
the way that
Yes.
the Kens treated them.
Okay, I agree.
I thought it was kind of a point too that all the Barbies just like immediately started dressing slutty and were like, oh yeah,
I
yeah,
caught
this
that
is
too.
the way it is,
They-
and it's just kind of a joke about like women also.
It's like a spa day for your mind.
I definitely caught that too, that they were like, only one out of all the Barbies was able to see through that. And every single other Barbie, including the president Barbie,
Was just
immediately
like-
was like, this is way easier than what we were doing before. I actually kind of enjoy not thinking about things.
But it's because they weren't
comment on-
inoculated against it. They needed to go to the real world to be inoculated
Inoculated?
against the patriarchy.
But it was also really funny to me that they said they enjoyed not thinking about things and just, doing whatever, because the Kens also didn't think about things. Like, they didn't have a president. They were just playing guitar
They
on
were
the
partying
beach.
and drinking beer.
So it was basically their version of the patriarchy was everyone just not thinking. There was like,
It was beautiful.
yeah.
It certainly
Sorry, it
involves
was sublime.
an element of
I'll think about it.
of the Barbies being subservient to them, though, because that's what Ryan Gosling came back to Barbie Land thinking that's what patriarchy is with horses.
I wasn't ready for that. I didn't think that movie was gonna go down the Ken just be like patriarchy's awesome route.
Something to do with horses.
It was so funny.
It was very funny.
The first
was-
time I watched it, it blew my. I was laughing the entire time.
Despite all your other thoughts and feelings about it, Josh, I don't understand how you can't like it simply for those parts.
I told you I liked everything that had to do with Ken.
We know, man.
I just think that
He just needs
Josh
to lay
likes
down
to
with a
look
guy
at
with
men more than
washboard
women.
abs, some blonde locks, and just do a little. Bum, bum, bum.
Josh has been
I just
one of
need a
those
little Ryan
everything I'll
Gosling
never
in me.
be
Yeah.
type deals.
Just- Josh
to
needs
plant that seed.
a knight, if you will.
Josh needs someone to plant a seed in him.
Well, that was more direct than I was getting. but-
No, like a seed,
Well, with that,
like
guys,
to grow.
The
thanks
personal
for watching.
growth seed.
Okay, hear me out. We
We'll
could
try
just,
to keep the desk straight next
we
time.
could just blow through the hour of footage and then call it if you got.
We could.
Oh yeah,
but,
do you want to do
but,
a two-parter in
but
one episode?
I want to do a 2-parter, and next time I want to come with notes and receipts and a guitar.
I have the receipts.
What are you, a woman?
I wanna push you
Well, that's.
around.
Well, I will.
One of the best parts of the movie.
I won't push you down. Well, I will. Well, I will.
Well, anyways, I think we've blabbered on long enough, and you've heard my singing, so